So, very good evening to all my dear friends. So, today we have yet another topper with us, and as all of you can see, Ojas is with us. And this story of Ojas is a little bit different compared to the other students. We will know about it from Ojas only and how he made it into NABARD and how he succeeded for the examination. We will discuss all the things, and it will definitely be a right good story for all those UPSC aspirants who are continuously preparing for UPSC. But it happens, we know in UPSC it doesn't click many times, right? So the story of Ojas will give or just motivate such aspirants to complement or supplement their UPSC preparation, and they can think of plan B, right? If it's not clicking, and then again they can give UPSC. So Ojas, first of all, congratulations from my side for your grand success in NABARD 2023 select list.
Thank you so much, sir, for congratulating me and inviting me on this Topper's Talk. Thank you, sir.
Right. And your story will definitely motivate the others. So, just if you can give a brief background of yours, when you graduated and what you have been doing after that, so that a student can understand why I'm telling this story is different from others.
Yeah, definitely, sir. As you rightly mentioned, I am Ojas Chimote. I am 24 years old. I was born and brought up in Amravati district in Maharashtra. I pursued my graduation in humanities, which I passed out in 2019, and thereafter postgraduate diploma in rural development in 2022. I think. Yeah. After that, in all these years from 2016 to 2024, right till the NABARD interview, I was preparing dedicatedly for civil services exam. In the middle, there were some exams like EPFO, SSC, and other things, but that was in the last 1.5 years. But I gave my all to UPSC civil services exam in the, I think, 5 to 6 years from 2016 to 2023. Some people may think that 2016 to 19 was a period of my graduation, hence I would not have prepared. But I would like to tell that I prepared dedicatedly for UPSC, sitting in the library from morning to evening. So I considered it as to be a significant part of my preparation and not as a side business or part-time preparation.
Right. So how your this UPSC right preparation that you prepared almost all year and you have given NABARD. As I think as I was talking to you also earlier also during your mock interviews, that you have not prepared specifically for NABARD, right? From the start. Your preparation of UPSC only came into handy. So how do you manage the syllabus of both the things? That is your UPSC specific, I think GS3 paper would have held you and the NABARD preparation, what actually worked for you, both the things?
Sir, I think what worked for me was being an aspirant who wants to learn things genuinely and take interest in things, sir. So I forgot a thing to tell in the last question that I I had my graduation in economics, history, and political science. These were the three subjects in my graduation, Nagpur University. So economics was there with me since my graduation. Thereafter, postgraduate diploma was there, and as you rightly mentioned, that GS3 K notes were there with me. Agriculture, rural development, economic and social issues. It is in GS1 as well, social issues. So all this came handy to me, and I genuinely did not prepare for NABARD phase 1 dedicatedly, or for phase 2 I gave some 4 or 5 days, but my basics were pretty clear from day one in UPSC. I tried to do it clear, not from day one, but I tried to make it clear from day one, so that my basics in terms of quantitative aptitude or in maths or in English, these were the subjects which I studied during school days, and after that follow up. So my basics were pretty clear, sir. So I think those came very handy to me while appearing for NABARD. And I think it is also a good opportunity to other UPSC aspirants, because the ultimate aim of many people is to do public service or to make a decent career or to earn some good amount of money. I think no single exam can be a parameter for this. Every exam has its merits and demerits, and not only government service, but if you can do these things in also in private sector or in other things. And having taken on 3 attempts of UPSC and written 2 mains in that, I thought that yes, now the time has come for me to give it a stop, or at least a temporary stop. As a Shayar Sahir Ludhianvi has said, कि जिस मकाम को आप जिस किसी चीज को अगर आप अंजाम तक ना ले जा पाओ, तो उसे एक खूबसूरत मोड़ देकर छोड़ना अच्छा. My hobby is शायरी, sir. I biodata as well. I think that is very true.
Right.
Yeah.
So plan B is always, I also think that in UPSC preparation, as the selection rate is very less and so many students appear. So plan B always be there, because I've seen in my career also so many UPSC aspirants are there, they keep on giving and ultimately they land nowhere. So instead of that, you can always think of plan B like NABARD, RBI. These are very good opportunities, I think, if you're not going into the civil services. One more thing, that when I talk to the UPSC aspirants, right, and if they want to give exams like NABARD or RBI, one thing that haunts them, Ojas, is that the memorizing thing, the quantitative facts and figures asked in the examination. They always ask that NABARD asks figures, factual things, static things. And in UPSC, we are always on an analytical path, right? We read the things analytically, we try to understand it. This is not in the case of objective of your NABARD or RBI. So how do you manage this thing, the minute thing, quantitative facts, figures, as an UPSC aspirant, as you have not specifically prepared for NABARD? So how do you tackle this portion of this static portion or the factual things?
A very good and realistic question, I must say, sir. But as I mentioned earlier, also that I tend to take genuine interest in things, in newspapers, in current affairs, other things, and in the subjects as well. So when I used to study, sir, I did not used to see the facts and figures as some burden on me. It was more of a holistic perspective to get of the issue. And if you take interest na, sir, I think it is the best way to get something out of your work. एनालिसिस तो आपको
Hmm.
समझेगा क्योंकि आप यूपीएससी कर रहे हो, बट अगर आप
Hmm.
उसमें इंटरेस्ट लोगे तो फैक्ट्स भी आपको नेचुरली याद रहना शुरू हो जाएंगे. डेफिनेटली
Hmm.
सारे सारे के सारे फैक्ट्स तो नहीं याद रह सकते हैं, और
Hmm.
रट्टा
Hmm.
मारना पड़ेगा आपको. अगर आप
Hmm.
डेडिकेटेडली आरबीआई नाबार्ड के लिए कर रहे हो तो रट्टा थोड़ा मारना पड़ेगा. बट
Right.
रेस्ट अश्योर्ड, आई थिंक ऑब्जेक्टिव का जो स्कोप है in mains exam, it is only of 50 marks, 50. Rest 150 marks is of
Hmm.
subjective. So there also you can score very well, sir. Even if
Hmm.
in objective you get below average, I think
Hmm.
let's see when the mark sheet comes. I am not expecting very much
Hmm.
high score. So that also
Hmm.
helps in managing, the facts and figures. आपको नहीं भी आते हो तो भी you can sail through. I think.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Right.
just the last thing to add, if you take the total amount of marks, mains plus interview, it's 250. Out of that,
Hmm.
only 50 marks, that is 20%, is of that objective stuff. Rest तो subjective है, जिसका आपका hand है. So
Right. 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 So very interesting fact to all those UPSC aspirant, as pointed out by Ojas. If your objective may be you weak because you are preparing for UPSC, but all those 50 and your interview marks 50, right? 50 plus 50 plus 50, it's in your hand. So if you can strengthen your right strong areas and weak areas को अगर हम थोड़ा ओजस छोड़ दे, ठीक है, वो मेरा domain नहीं है, objective being an UPSC aspirant, then definitely I can score over in those areas, right? So
definitely.
that's very good point pointed out by him. So all those UPSC aspirants who want to give this examination, you can definitely give and take this beautiful insight given by Ojas for tackling the objective section of the examination. Now coming on to the mains examination, Ojas, because this is the main battle in NABARD. Prelims part is okay. Descriptive part is well done and dusted for you, because you have given UPSC mains and GS3 might have helped you, right? And for objective portion also, you told that okay, if you don't know, it's not an issue. If you develop some interest, then it goes on. Another paper is there, that is English, right? And English paper is, I think, in the IBPS based format examination, it's a slightly different what is the need of UPSC. So how do you manage both the things, the English for an IBPS examination and English of UPSC? The essay is pretty much different, writing essay in both the exams. So what was your take in writing the English paper of this NABARD?
Sir, I consider myself fortunate enough to have that, nitty gritties and basics clear of English since my childhood days. I studied in convent, but I understand that many aspirants do not have such background, decent background,
Mm-hmm.
which some may have. So they need to work on that, sir. And I think I am not the right aspirant or candidate to suggest how should they prepare English, because it was my natural strength, and
Right.
which was developed over the years, not from only these
Mm.
7 years, but from childhood onwards. But I think
Right.
if you read newspapers now, and if you read the editorials, see the first paragraph of editorial is usually very engaging to us. That can help us
Mm.
make stories in essays, that how they are writing. See, an
Mm.
officer, going off the topic, that one of the qualities which an officer needs is to be observant and to learn from that observation. So if you observe the style of writing of different authors in editorials or in novels, then you get to know that how can we generate interest in other people or the examiner who is checking our paper. I think in English that helps us very much. And regarding
Right.
grammar, I did not refer any particular source, sir. It is just to the wisdom of the candidates.
Did you practice the English essays and all, anything before the examination?
Sir, as you said that I had practiced them before the mains examination of UPSC, but for the examination of NABARD mains, I practiced writing in on keyboard in 400, 600. That format is there. And not only essays but answers as well. Now the one point I want to add here is that if you people usually do not keep time limit. They remember that only 10 minutes are remaining when the at the end. I think that time limit is very important in that. And one thing here is that if you structure the letter, the formal letter was there. So I structured it like, yes, in the first paragraph this will be written, in the last paragraph this will be written, बीच में मुझे content डालना है. So the format, the sacha was ready with me beforehand. So it saves my time in the real examination. So वहां पे ना ब्रेन का काम ज्यादा क्रिएटिव एक्टिविटीज में लग सकता है आपका कि कैसे स्टोरी यहाँ बनानी है इसको लेके. That also helps me.
Right.
And sorry, but one last thing. In essay
Yes.
also you can prepare poems and all, which can be handy in essays.
As you were saying, Ojas, about the typing, see, one more thing that UPSC aspirants generally ask when they want to prepare for NABARD or RBI is that we practice pen paper method of writing. And writing on the keyboard, it's not our cup of tea. So how do you manage? Means you had a habit of typing in keyboard, or what worked for you in this typing format of exam?
Again, I will say, sir, that my learning acumen helped me to learn typing during COVID time. There was no need. And in fact, there is no need for civil service aspirant to type. There is a pen and paper list. But out of my curiosity that, yes, today is the generation of technology and let us learn something. Even my Telegram ID is the learning curve, if you see after this session. So that learning acumen has helped me, sir, to type and, to learn chat GPT as well. उसका भी ज़्यादा use नहीं है. But ये सीखना ज़रूरी है, sir, आपको ज़िंदगी में. Not only for exam, but as a human being. So typing speed, my typing speed was decent, not very excellent. But मैंने जब practice की mains के पहले NABARD के, तो मुझे पता चला कि yes, I can write something. But still, my around 100 or 150 words were I could not complete in the ESI and ARD paper. But I think it was a decent. So this is how.
Right. See, taking the toppers talk, I have talked to so many candidates, Ojas, and mostly I've been talking to them. How do you prepare prelims? How do you prepare mains? But in your aspect, I'm not asking this because I said that it's a different story. And I want to take out the right positive things for an UPSC aspirant for plan B. That's why I'm taking this conversation on the other side. Now coming on to the main part of the examination, that is interview. Without interview, it's a 50 marks. You cannot think of selection. And in NABARD or RBI, what we have seen in few last year or from 1 to 2 years, the aspirants who prepare for UPSC, right, they fear that they will leave the organization after working some time. So in your interview, something came out related to UPSC preparation, or how was the experience in interview, how it ran throughout the process?
Sir, this question of whether you will leave NABARD or not did not arise in my interview because I had a postgraduate diploma in rural development, as I mentioned, which is very conducive to the work of NABARD. Yeah.
Right.
But I think NABARD is a very good organization with a dynamic work culture and progressive working environment. If you see, so I think even if you get into NABARD, it will be a very good opportunity throughout your life to work. I can say only that much on this.
Right. See, one thing again, I will say to all the aspirants who are watching out this video, see how Ojas is talking, the maturity level of his, the way he talks. And definitely this maturity level, this perfection only has led. I think you might have got one of the highest marks in interview. Let the marks come, and I think this will be. So this maturity level, all the aspirant, you should develop. देखो एक ठहराव सा है when he is speaking, like ठहराव सा है, that is very good thing when you are appearing for the interview. You can take some insights how he is speaking. So this is very good thing. And definitely such personality, if you develop, right, it will help you in tackling the interview in a better way. And that is important for any of the examinations, right? Thank you just for sharing such good insights from your side for this examination, right? And definitely it will motivate the candidates, and especially the UPSC candidates who want to take some plan B as an opportunity and give the examination.
Thank you so much, sir. And it's your big heart that you have praised me so much. I do not think of me as such. So, but definitely
No,
all
no,
the
I'm
best.
always frank. I scold also some aspirants. And when time comes, I see that something good is there which others can learn. I always try to praise the aspirants as well.
Sir, can I add something for a minute if you allow me?
Yeah, please, Ojas, yes.
To all the aspirants, I want to say कि this journey is really tiresome. Lots of tears, lots of pressure. आप नहीं बता सकते हो किसी को, अपने में घुट के आपको सहना पड़ता है. बट अगर एक बार ना शांत मन से बैठ के सोचिए that whether you really want to clear any of the exams, not only I'm talking about specific, but of all the government exams, aren't there other opportunities for you? Aren't there other avenues for you to go? And then also you get an answer that yes, I need to prepare for this exam. Then please do frame a timeline that yes, 2-3 years are there. After that, if this does not happen, I will move on to some other things in life. There are many things to do in life. I think this has been a very, a very ऐसा insight sir जो मुझे थोड़ा late मिला, but still better late than never. So
yeah. Thank you, Ojas, for such insights and such a beautiful thing you said in the last. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and best of luck from my side, and my best wishes for all your future endeavors, Ojas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ojas.